Hello everybody, or just me. We're going to be going over, actually today is Friday, November 19th, 2021. We're going to be doing a watch list, OTC watch list for Monday. What would that be? The 22nd. Monday, November 22nd. And we'll go ahead and start by putting up the top percent gainers in the OTC market here. And they're sorted by volume, and we'll just run through and see what looks good. All right, LICH, one-day spiker, spiked up almost to 6 cents, came back down to 2. I don't really like the overall chart. LICH, I wonder if there's news. There has to be something with it, so I'm looking up news right now. Looks like there might be a new CEO at this company. Biotech. I'll throw this on the watch list just because. This long-term chart doesn't really surprise me. Doesn't really get me too excited. Let's see here. If I could draw any type of support or resistance zone. The only one that I really see is maybe this here, give or take. And you can see how I drew that all the way from February. And look at where it bounced today, right at that point. Very interesting how technical analysis works. All right, we'll go down here. HMBL, we discussed that in my previous video. This is going to be on my watch list. I mentioned how I missed this perfect OTC breakout. So we'll move on. That's already on my watch list. FORW, good volume. Actually, let me move this just off screen. Yeah, good volume. Let's see what is going on here. Non-dilutive debt financing. We'll commence exercising the warrants. So let's check this out a little bit. Announced today that it has arranged for $2 million in debt financing from its CEO. Under the terms of the 12-month loan, Mr. Sharp will be entitled to an interest of 8%. The loan is not subject to conversion. Interesting. So he can't convert this into stock at any specific price in the future. It's just very choppy, very, very choppy. So I probably won't put that on the watch list. I mean, this is almost exactly how HMBL's long-term chart is. If I were to zoom in on that, I mean, look at that. Volume came in and nice little spike. So, I'll throw it on the watch list. Actually, it is already on my watch list. I'll leave it on there just because HMBL did so well. I do remember hearing that somehow they're related. I'm not sure how. Let's see, and actually I'll draw a line here because that is where it was support previously. And look at that. That's where it was resistance and also somewhat support today. Let's see, where would we have the next problem area? Potentially right in here. Give or take a little bit. All right, so with me drawing these two zones, that's basically, depending on the volume and what happens Monday, that's basically where I'd want to see the range. I mean, it could always go higher, it could just fade away, but that's the range that I'm pretty much looking at based on this longer term chart. All right, we'll move on to NEWH. NEWH. Looks like today was a reversal day. We had this run up on decent volume and dropped down. Looks like it hit a low yesterday and came up today. I don't like how choppy it is. And let's see, what's the volume? 9 million. 9 million today. Just very choppy. It looks very illiquid. See that? I don't really like stocks like that. I want to see it perform a little bit better. But the volume's good. So I'll probably just, is that on my watch list? It's on my watch list, but I'm probably not going to want to trade it just because of the illiquidity. But I'll watch it. And OWUV is the next one. OWUV here. Choppy overall chart. No, thank you. TOMDF. The F at the end is a foreign company. And I'm not liking it. Very choppy. Not my deal. TYTN. Let's see. Could be going for some type of J-hook pattern here, but I mean, just so many days here between 6-7 and 8-5, give or take. I don't know. It just it seems like it might be sitting in that range. If it breaks out and consolidates above this, maybe, but right now I'm not really too interested in it. SEGI, SEGI, what's this? Sycamore Entertainment. Had kind of a run up here, bigger run up earlier in the year, kind of a run up. Volume's nothing, not really interested. Very illiquid stock. I mean, it traded 3.3 million, 3.4 million today, but I just don't like how this looks here. That's just not for me. The spread on that must have been ridiculous too. The spread between, meaning by spread, between the bid and the ask, the buy and the sell. Actually, if we just look at the level 2 here, you know, 0.0207 to 0.0235. If I were to just calculate that real quick, that's a 13% difference in the spread. Not that that's exactly what it would have been throughout the day, but pretty good indicator. I mean, you know, you want the spread to be tight. So not something that's interesting to me. SAVNF, foreign company, big volume, not doing anything. No, thank you. Well, this top wick could be distorting the chart, and it was, but still not anything that's, whoops, excuse me, interesting to me. GVSI, not interested. Just because of how choppy this is. It's mid-range. I want to see something that's breaking out, and this is just not interesting to me. CTY, not interesting. Not interesting. Not interesting. APHLF, I believe this was on my watch list. Oh, I looked at it, but these are kind of odd bars here. Not for me. Nope. Nope. DSGT. Obviously, we had a major run up and then another. It broke down, spiked up again, and now we see some sort of action, some kind of action here. But now that I'm looking at how it is today, it kind of held this EMA4 level here, and I'm curious to see if this could push any higher. If it could break this 3.12 give or take level and consolidate above that, that might be pretty good. I'd want to see obviously some more volume come in. Volume's not great, but this could just be the beginning of a ramp up. So let's see, where would we have resistance here today, resistance here, support here, and what else do we got back in here? Support, and even if you go all the way back, support and resistance. So I just go all the way back as far as I can go. I want to see if this is going to be a major level. I want to see how major it is. And if, as you could see here, this level here, as soon as it broke past this level, not that I'm expecting this type of ramp up, but as soon as it did break past this level, you had the 1 day, came back down, below it, closed above, and then it started to ramp up. Obviously we need volume, but this could be something that would intrigue me. Let me add this to my watch list here, DSGT. All right. How's the volume? Volume is 1 million, 1.4 million. All right, moving on. QNTA. No, 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 I was looking at this one today. I was doing the same type of pattern. I wanted to see if this would hold this support level just under VWAP and slowly, gradually uptrend. I was actually watching it right here as it was holding VWAP, but I wanted to see another dip here to this support slash resistance level. And good thing I didn't buy here. This is why we're taught to make sure that your entries are ideal. Because look at what happened. It cracked down. I got excited because I wanted to see it hold, and it just continued down and became very illiquid towards the afternoon. So good patience on my part for not getting in here, not thinking that this was just a guaranteed win just because of the morning action. Um, Let me see. Do I still have this on there? I do still have this on my watch list. I'm curious to see what happens, but this is a second green day. Look at how much it ran up and look at where it closed. I wouldn't be surprised if this just faded off come Monday, but we'll see. And I'm just gonna go until the millions here. I don't really care about anything under a million. Let's see. This one had some major volume a couple days ago, but every time, let's see, major volume, selling day, major volume, selling day, red candle, green day, small green, and selling days. So, uh, I don't know. This one, not really too enticing to me, especially with this illiquidity. Uh, no, no. And I was also looking at this one today. Same type of play. I wanted to see it hold. Same thing. I got excited because I wanted to see it hold this exact level. As you could see, this level here is exactly where this candle closed and then topped out the next day. And it's no surprise that it became a significant level today, breaking through support, tried to hold here and then cracked and became resistant. So good patience on my part for waiting for this play instead of buying this. But I also noticed that it was putting in lower highs as well as higher lows. So that could mean that it could just crack. Um, so that one probably is going to fade off. But it looks like my two main watches are going to be, let's see, my two main watches was EMBL. Was that it? I just forgot. EMBL, was that it? I can't remember what it was. Oh, HMBL, excuse me. HMBL is going to be my main watch. I want to see how this does. Although it's looking like we're getting into major resistance here in the 60s, but if we get enough volume, who knows where this could push and consolidate. Ideally, I'd want to see a spike, consolidate, and then perhaps consolidate right here as actually I'm going to put a drawing here at this price level because it held so well here for the past 4 days. That was a significant level. And if I even go back a little bit further to let's call it right about here, um, you could see that this was support resistance. A couple days later, support popped above, and then it became resistance. So this is where I'd want to see it consolidate, and if it does get in between here, um, it'll either hold or spike, and that's something that I want to see. So HMBL is going to be my top watch, and the next one would be, what was the other one that I watched here? Let me run through these. These are NASDAQs. HMBL, like we just said. A lot of the ones that I'm watching are towards the end of the run. Looks like they're falling off. These are things I'm not really too interested in. This one's a reversal, but it's going into mid-range. NEWH. NEWH. NEWH is something I'll watch. Uh, MJNA. I'm gonna remove this because it doesn't. The volume didn't come in. Looks like the end of the move. RETO, I'll watch this because I want to see if this is going to be a potential reversal here and continuation. Um, So let's see, let me actually mark this row. I have it on the other screen, so I apologize. I'm only going to be marking my OTCs. All right, so mainly I'll be watching HMBL, number one pick, and NEWH. That one I'm curious to see what it's going to do, but I need to see more volume come in. LICH, this is a one-day spiker, so it could just fade off, but curious to see what it does. OSCI, I don't know, it cracked pretty hard today. I wouldn't be surprised if it just faded off. And ENGA, second green day, although this could just fade off. That's pretty much it. LIVC potentially if we see a reversal, but we're kind of getting into this mid-range here. So HMBL, and that's HMBL is the main one for sure. I'm just not really seeing too much else that's exciting here. Maybe ENGA. But we'll check the scanner again Monday morning. We'll see what's moving after a few hours, and we'll just stick with it. All right, thanks guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a good weekend.